And we are continuing our Gen Con 2015 coverage. I'm here with Matteo, the designer of Ghostbusters here at Cryptozoic booth. This game is not out yet. I believe the release will be coming out very early, right before Halloween in October, correct?
We're aiming for pre-Halloween. We're also going to be doing a pre-release for your local retail hobby shop. So give them a call, see if they kickstarted it. If they did, they'll have access to a special glow-in-the-dark Slimer that was only available to retailers through the Kickstarter. So this guy, but glow-in-the-dark.
Glow-in-the-dark. Very cool. So Matteo here is going to give us a quick overview of how the game plays.
Thank you, sir. So Ghostbusters the board game is an episodic team-based game. Each character is going to be running around busting ghosts and closing gates that the ghosts are coming out of. Now, besides it being just a run and gun type of game, you're also looking at your level 1 abilities. This helps you figure out what your role is in the game. So each character has a different way that they gain experience besides busting ghosts, closing gates.
I just want to say a quick remark. This is the original Ghostbusters with Spengler and Bill Murray and all those characters.
Thank you, sir. So, for instance, there's some RPG elements into it, in such that Peter Venkman, if he gets slammed on his turn, then he gets experience. Ray is a healer type. If he removes slam on his turn, he gains experience. If Egon, a wild shot, rolls a 1 on his turn, he gets experience. And Zedmore, our support class, if he deposits ghosts on his turn, then he gains experience as well. So that helps kind of force the players into a certain style so that they can feel rewarded besides playing the game the average way. So what we're going to be looking at are these Class 1 ghosts modeled off of the toy lines from the Hasbro series. This is a Galloping Ghoul. Well, they will increase in difficulty as you challenge them. So a Class 1, for instance, he's a 3 to hit, and he only takes 1 stream to take down. So these little streams are going to be these adorable things that you can put onto a ghost to show that you have tagged it. This is my guy, and you roped it. So for instance, a Class 2, he's a 4 to hit, and he takes 2 to hit. So you can either hit him twice yourself and get all the experience for yourself, or you and a friend can both wrangle him and share in the experience.
But never cross beams, remember?
Yes. So if you're fighting ghosts, then you're also closing gates. So closing gates in every single scenario is totally unique. In this demo copy, we have it so that as you're shooting the gate, if you miss at it, it'll slime you and a ghost will pop up out of it. So a ghost would just be like, boop, pop out of here. The way we determine how things are randomly placed is our PKE meter. So this little guy is controlled by also a die 8. So if we roll a die 8, and we say, for instance, a 7, then it tells us that's the direction things happen. If it was coming out of a gate, it would pop up here at the 7 spot. If he was moving, he would move in that same direction. So on top of that, your ghosts are coming out of what's known as the spirit world. The spirit world is where all of our ghosts are going to be invading from. If there's ever a point where we run out of ghosts and we need to summon a ghost, our worlds collapse and the game ends.
Okay, so you can lose as a team as well.
Right.
Okay.
So the way that you get ghosts back into the spirit world is through the Ecto-1. So the Ecto-1 has a portable dimensionometer from the cartoon in which you can put them in here and they go directly to the spirit world. So that's how we balance it out. Okay. As the rounds go on and more and more ghosts are escaping, then you're trying to put them back in at the right time so you can buy yourself more time.
Okay.
There you go. As the game is built up out of scenarios. Every 4 scenarios, you'll get to a boss fight, and that will complete a campaign. So, for instance, you'll be fighting Slimer at the end of one of the campaigns. You'll be fighting the Dullness, who's from the comic books, and you'll fight Gozer in the form of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man as well. So, if you kickstarted it, then you're going to see a bunch of different versions.
So right here, this is one of the versions, right?
Yeah.
The Kickstarter?
This is the Impossible Mode Angry Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So he has a totally unique character card. He plays differently than if you would play with the normal one. Right. You can either swap him out for the normal one, or you can just drop him into any game you want and see the chaos he causes.
Very, very cool. Listen, man, this looks great. We can't wait to get our hands on it and give this one a whirl. Looks fantastic. You got all the original cast, like I said, Stantz, Spengler, Slimer.
We were really lucky enough that we got the original artist from the comic book series to do all of the art for all of our characters. And we also got the original story artist who helped us write out the comic book at the very beginning of the game, which we've hidden. And you'll be able to see it on our when the game comes to release as well.
Cool.
So on top of that, I can walk you through some quick combat so you can see how the game reacts.
Yeah.
So if, for instance, we hit our Ghostbusters. So each character has a pool of actions. So you use your actions to move and shoot and deposit ghosts or remove slime if someone gets slimed. And you also get a maneuver which lets you do something for free. And that free thing is you can enter or exit the Ecto 1, or you can trade ghosts that you've already trapped. So for instance, if I had popped out of my car as a maneuver, thank you, and then I would roll a die 6 to try to target this little guy. So if I need a 3 or greater, and I got a 6, that's our custom 6-sided, then that would trap him. As soon as I trap him, I put him on my character card, wherever he is, whoop, and I gain an experience. Now, if I wanted to give that ghost to somebody else, like say Egon, I can just use an action or a maneuver and just pass it over to Egon right there.
Okay.
So in some cases, I might want to give it to Winston because he wants to deposit ghosts. As he deposits ghosts, he gains more
XPs.
experience.
That's right.
So you work to synergize each other. Peter loves to get slimed. Ray loves to remove slime. So those duo usually stick together, causing lots of trouble and then making up for it.
This is awesome. This looks great.
Yeah. So each ghost also has a when hit and when missed. That's how you interact with them. So, for instance, the Scalloping Ghoul.
Oh, so there's a like a miss table. Something happens. Okay,
correct.
Go on.
So yeah, if you hit this ghost, this Galloping Ghoul, then you trap him right away. He only takes one stream to trap, but he'll also slime all spaces adjacent to him. And if you happen to be slime in there or anybody else, you're going to get a slime token. And the slime is this little -1 action. What that does is it just saps your actions.
Okay.
So as these build up, and you can have as many slimes on you as you have actions, then you'll start to run out of things you can do. That's why Ray comes in handy to help get rid of slime. Now, anybody can remove slime. Ray just loves to do it because he gains experience.
Right.
Now, if you missed this little character, he's a white little dude, and he's got lots of little legs. Lots of little legs. So if you miss him, he's going to run. He's going to move 2 spaces in a random direction. We rolled this little guy. Oh, there he goes. So we know that he would be like 1 and 2. If they happen to move off the board, they run out of the city and they're gone for good. So that's one less resource we have to populate the spirit world
back
with.
in. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got to be careful, but we also got to take risks and we got to get these ghosts. Now the main thing we want to do though is target this gate. In this particular scenario, we're going to shoot it and try to close it. If we got 2 streams on it, then that would close the gate. Once we close the gate, all the remaining ghosts that happen to be on the board all get sucked into the spirit world, and that helps when we're doing a boss fight, so we can get a fight just by himself.
Okay, very cool. I think I got the gist of it. This looks great, Mateo. Congratulations on the game, man.
Thank you, sir.
That's really cool.
It's a work of passion. We put a lot of time into it, and Sony was really patient and very generous with the amount of artwork and what we could do, and they approved everything that we gave them. So we were really happy to work with them.
That's awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on this.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for the explanation.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
You guys have a great time. Have a good time at Gen Con.
Yeah.